Coach, gutsy call going for it on fourth down to win or lose the game there. What went into that decision?
Just confidence in the guys to get the play made at the critical moment. I mean, I just felt good about it. Coaches felt good about it. Players felt good about it.
Louisville called timeout and you had time to reconsider. Was there any reconsideration?
No, we were going.
Can you talk a little about Jacob? Just an unbelievable game today. This number is
15,
incredible.
Do I have that right? 15 for 155. That's
16.
Right?
Yeah.
16.
16 on the last one.
That one matters. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, he just is he does such a competitor. I mean, we put him in a lot of different places. We put a lot on his plate, and the coaches do an awesome job of creating different matchups for him, motion, put him in the backfield, put him out at X, put him at Z, put him in the slot, and then he just, every week the guy delivers, and he had a huge game, and it just seems like he's so consistent, and I'm sure he'll look at the couple plays that he would have liked to have back, but man, what a performance by him, and I could kind of go down the list, honestly. There's a lot of guys that contributed. It was every phase had to contribute to that win, and so it was a great victory.
Jacob's 16 catches tied the score record for Jeff MacArthur in a single game. What did you see during the week that led you to believe that he would have a good chance to go off in this game, and what did he show you during the game to keep going?
Well, we always know that Jacob's going to give us 100% of what he's got. He's going to compete every single day. Jacob's not a stat counter. That's not how he operates. He's just a competitor, and he wants to play every play and return every kick if we let him. And offensively, there's things that are designed to go to Jacob, and some of it's also the coverages they're playing and the matchups. And Jaron did an awesome job finding him at the right times, and obviously Jaron threw the ball exceptionally well.
Ultimately, a very resilient defensive performance over the course of the game. What did you like about what the guys are showing you out there, especially without Cade?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys down. Unfortunately, I think after the game they said 6 starters from the beginning of the season weren't playing in that game in the second half, and man, I'm just proud of the guys that came in there and fought. And the DBs made some key plays in the game. Those corners getting competitive, making tackles. Obviously the big pick. We're +1 in the turnover margin, which was big. We got 3 points out of that, and so I'm just proud of how hard the guys played. And there's still a lot of things that we can do better, which is exciting to come on the road and win a game like that and still be able to go look at that thing critically and see what we can do better.
And one of those distinct differences, you got Bashan in that center for the biggest consistent performance of the year. What did you like about what you saw? And what do you want to say going forward? We'll watch the tape and make the corrections, but I thought the O-line in general, we have to clean up the pre-snap stuff. We had some procedure issues, but the snaps were much more consistent. I thought we protected better. The run game, there were some drives in there where we really had some good runs going. I thought Kendrick ran really hard tonight. Kendrick had a couple plays that looked like he was, stopped or it wasn't going to be much there, and he ended up getting 5 or 6 or 8 yards out of it. And it all starts up front, and the better you play at O-line, and the better the running backs and the receivers and QB will all play.
What were you guys doing to contain Miller Moss?
Oh, they do a lot offensively. Coach Braum always has a great game plan each and every week. It's not like they're just running one system. They don't just come out and run the same plays from week to week. They give you different presentations, personnel groupings, motions. We tried to mix things up. I thought the coaches did a great job preparing the players, and we knew, those receivers are going to be a handful. Those backs, the back is a really good player. That O-line is very talented. Miller is a good football player. We were able to, get to him a couple times late in the game, which was key, and then had some one-on-one wins on the perimeter in the pass game, knocking a ball down that were critical in the game. So I'm just proud of the way that all those guys contributed.
Anyone else in the room? All right, we'll go to Jeff Ferrato on Zoom. Jeff, go ahead.
Justin, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, congratulations. It's been a rough couple of weeks for you guys. Can you just put into context, you guys are bowl eligible now, but what does this game mean for your season? And what does it mean for your program to come off the mat like this and win the game out on the road against such a good team?
Well, a couple things. The guys will continue to fight They do that during practice and prepare. Nobody hangs their head. Obviously, the last couple weeks, it's not a lot of fun when you're not winning. Winning is a lot more fun. So I'm appreciative of how the guys, the staff, the coaches, everybody involved, but especially the players, how they continue to work at it through some adverse situations when it didn't go our way. So I think that shows guts, which you got to have, and then it shows what we're capable of. And as I mentioned prior, there's going to be a lot of things from this game that we could have done a little bit better. I mean, we had some costly pre-snap penalties. We had a critical roughing the passer penalty. We missed a field goal early. So there's some things that we can do better, without considering the other team who was very good tonight. But I think that's encouraging when you know that there's still better football to be played. And we just want to, continue to play, better football each week. And we're going to have to do that 2 weeks from now.
Steve, go ahead.
Yeah, Justin, considering how dramatic that victory was and the fact that you have a bye, I think normally you say win or lose, you got about 24 hours to either enjoy it or, I don't know, wallow is the right word. Do you give yourself maybe 36 to 48 hours this time because of how dramatic it was and because you have a bye?
Well, we got a long trip home, and tomorrow's going to be a rest day, and they're off. So I want them to enjoy it through Sunday, and I want them to enjoy it through Monday. But when we turn the page, then it's going to be on to get ready for Stanford in the big game. But as we all know, those walking into the meeting room, walking into the lift, and walking out on the practice field next week, it just feels different, and that's the drug of winning. And so, it's okay to enjoy that. I want us to enjoy that. I mean, we're not in the misery Olympics around here. We want to enjoy, playing football, but it's winning that provides that rush, and so it's motivation to keep doing that.
Joaquin, go
Congrats.
ahead.
Thanks.
Coach, can you talk about just going into overtime? You have those few minutes to kind of talk to your team. You guys have been here before this season, just a few weeks ago. What are you telling them, and what was the vibe of the team going into that period?
It was great. We talked last night how this game could go, and a lot of things that we talked about last night showed up today. It's going to be a hard-fought game. It's going to be close. We're going to have to find an extra possession off of a turnover, and then when it's late in the game and it's going to be close, just know and have confidence that's exactly how we want it. And Louisville's a really good team. There's a reason their record is what it is. I just had confidence in our team. Our guys had confidence in themselves to go out and get the stop initially on defense. They obviously have a really good kicker. We knew that, and I think that factors into how you play overtime, the kicking on both sides of the ball. But they were great. Great look in their eye, ready to compete, excited to go out there and find a way to win, which we did.
We'll go back to Jeff.
Yeah, Justin, you talked about Jaron before, but as good as he's been this year, did you see him grow up even more tonight, especially in a moment like he had in the overtime when he had to make a play?
He played. He played so well. It just seems like, watching him throw the ball, very few times is it not exactly where he wants to put it. And it's not surprising. And maybe people out there, you see a young guy, 19 years old, playing an away game against a highly ranked team who's very, very talented. You'd think maybe there's some nerves there, but that's just not him. That's not how he operates. He's a very confident guy, and none of what he did surprises me. But I think we can all see just how talented he is, and not just the physical tools, but the poise to go out there in moments like that and do what he always does and put the ball right on people.
Good.
All right, we'll go to Jake Curtis. Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, pardon me if this has already been asked because I got on late. Was there any thought of going for a field goal in that last possession?
Well, yeah, depending on the down and distance. Is that what you mean, or are you meaning on the 4th and 3?
Once you got down to the 3-yard line.
No.
All right, last question. We'll go to Thomas Dunn in the room.
Justin, obviously you mentioned dealing with adverse circumstances. We heard a really boisterous locker room celebration. Is it fair to characterize it as cathartic in a sense from getting through all of it and coming out the other side and showcasing
Cathartic. That's a
the
foul
word?
word. it feels really good. It's the drug of winning. And, you know, a couple weeks ago, we were in an overtime game that we didn't play well enough to win, and we were right there. And last week, you know, we had the ball. We didn't play great, but we had the ball with a minute to go, with a chance to go down and tie our win. And, you know, those are difficult losses. Those are frustrating. They're very emotional. But what I appreciate about the guys on the team is they didn't flinch. It doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. It does hurt. But practice was really productive. We came on the trip with a great attitude. Guys, you know, since we've been here, have been locked in and thought they played confident and loose tonight and aggressive. So that's what you're looking for. But yeah, I don't know, cathartic or all that. It feels good to win, and you know, keep saying that's the motivation to keep doing it.
Thanks, Coach.